Hello, this is John from Davao City, Philippines, where it's always sunny every day unless there's a monsoon or a storm or a typhoon, where our temperature is usually 30 to 32 degrees Celsius every day, and when it's rainy or even at night, normal temperature is around 23 to 27 degrees. That's the coldest we can get here in Davao City, mostly. So I've noticed a lot of people are speaking Filipino and Bisaya language all over the world, and they are pretty much visible in the internet, particularly in YouTube. I've been seeing them, like Americans and the Marine guy and that Spanish guy and even that guy in Russia who are speaking very well Bisaya and, well, Tagalog, as they say, which is actually Filipino language. They are very good, and we really appreciate it a lot. We really appreciate other people speaking our language, and we're kind of fond of them. But there are things that needs to be corrected, like the pronunciation. There's a lot of pronunciation error that needs to be corrected, and I ought to make this video to help them correct or give them proper ways of pronouncing Bisaya and Filipino language. But in this video, we're gonna focus on Bisaya because it's my language. I'm a native speaker of Bisaya. So in Bisaya, we only have three vowels, three vowel sounds. No other sounds are available unless you are a modern speaker. So this is the base pronunciation of Bisaya. So everything you know about Bisaya will be changed if you know these three vowels. Pronouncing these three vowels is very, very, very important, so you don't sound awkward when somebody's listening to you. The thing is, when you pronounce the Bisaya language in English pronunciation, it's kind of weird. Don't get us wrong when we laugh. It's just really funny in a good way, because we can see that you're trying. But, there are the right ways to say them, and this is how you do it. First vowel is ah sound. That's just ah. No other. That's the A, by the way. That's letter A. And there's no other A sound in the Philippines. That's just ah. As simple as that. Like an apple, or umbrella, or antenna. It's ah. When you drop your jaw, that's the ah sound. Example of words that start with ah sounds are adto. Adto. See, it's just like simple adto, which means to go, or go, to go. Next is agay. Agay, which is agay. Sounds like agay, something, but yeah, it's agay. Which means ouch in Bisaya. And the next word is amaw. Amaw, which means lunatic or a little crazy. Amaw. Next is ambot. Ambot, which is a very common word in Bisaya. Ambot, which means I don't know, which is ambot. Most Bisaya would say ambot. Ambot. Lok balo ambot. Or ambot sa imo. Ambot na mo eh. So that's ambot, which means I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't care about you. Ambot. And then last word is alimuot. Alimuot, which means hot, very hot, which is Philippines. always hot. Philippines is always hot. The next vowel is E. E sound, like the barred E sound. Igo. Example of that is Igo. Yeah, that's it. E as in, what's in English for it? That sound like internet. Internet. It's the same. Igo, which means to get hit, or Igo. Yeah, which means hit. Next is Iro. Iro, which is dog. That's a dog. Iro. Next is Igang. Igang. Which means Igang means really hot. Igang. It's a different kind of hot. We got 3 words for hot. Next is Init. Init. Init is also another word for hot. So we got 3 words for hot in Bisaya because it's always hot in our area. So that's actually the reason why we got 3 words for hot. We got alimuot, igang, and init. They are used differently, so you can just hit the dictionary or Google, whatever, but they're different. We use it differently. So these are the E sounds for Bisaya. Next is the U sound, which is the U. That's a hooked U. It's like saying book or look in English, but in Bisaya, that's the only U sound we have. Example for words that starts with U are uga, uga, which is dry, which means dry, uga. Next is unud, unud, which is which means meat. Yes, and next we got ukay, ukay, which means to mix, ukay. Next is ulaw, ulaw. Ulaw means shy. So if you are shy, something a little shy, means it's ulaw. Okay, it's ulaw. Remember that, please. Lastly, we got the word, very common Bisaya word, unsa. We got unsa. Unsa means what? What? So that's unsa. Yeah, that's a, e, and u. These are this is the base vowel of Bisaya. Although we have 5 written vowels, we got a, the same with English, a, e, I, o, u, but when we're pronouncing them, this is just really the same. So there's no difference at all. So in other languages, Y is considered as a vowel. In English, particularly in English and in Spanish, Y is considered as a vowel, but in Davao, Bisaya, or any other Bisaya, even in Filipino language, Y is not considered as a vowel. It's a consonant, and although it's a diphthong, but it's a consonant. So we produce it as ya and yi. It's basically not a vowel. It's not a vowel. Yeah. So another thing to remember when you're producing the Bisaya sound, it's very, very important to remember that not to nasalize it. It's usually from the diaphragm. You need to produce the sound according to how you produce your normal language. Especially English speakers. I know English is not produced. It kind of sound a little nasal though, but it's actually not nasal. It's coming from here in the diaphragm. But when you're moving from English into another language, a tendency is that you English speakers usually nasalize the target language, which is not a good thing in Bisaya and in Filipino. So in Bisaya and Filipino, do not nasalize. You have to drop your take it from here in the diaphragm, and the lower your the tone, the lower your tone is the better. It means that when you're lowering your tone, you sound more respectful in Bisaya or even in Filipino. So, you know, a little knowledge about sounds and pronunciation on Bisaya and Filipino could go a long way, especially that our politeness markers are mostly in tone and pronunciation. So be careful with pronouncing the words on Bisaya and Filipino. So I hope you learned much for this lesson about vowels. Next lesson will be about consonants. Just click the link below and you will see the link for the consonants. And if I miss anything, if I say something wrong, if you think that there's something wrong about what I said, you can leave a comment down there so I could check them out, and maybe I can make another video about your comments and maybe I could correct them somehow. So that's it, and see you next time. Bye bye.